and higher paying rates on your savings and CDs. Discover for yourself at murphybank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breaking news, unique opinions. Hear it all on the Brian Kilmeade Show.
You know, listen, I appreciate what Mr. Musk is doing here. It's certainly revealing an awful lot about that particular censorship. But, Senator Grassley and my investigation of Hunter Biden was hampered really as soon as it started. But certainly all through 2020, when we had Democrats cooperating and smearing us and creating false intelligence products, leaking those to the media. This, I've lived this. I've been, on the receiving end of the corruption of the smears. So there is a much, much larger story here than just what's being revealed right now with the Elon Musk's revelations.
That was Senator Ron Johnson with Maria Bartiromo. He's right. There's a lot more here than just Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is just... he's a troubled kid. Troubled kid. He's not a kid. He's a troubled man, and his laptop though was what really provides a glimpse into his dad and his dad's dealings with foreign countries and whether he is compromised, especially the Chinese, the Russians, and the Ukrainians. That Hunter Biden was getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for jobs that he wasn't qualified to do, and 10% was going to the big guy. Tony Bobolinsky said that is Hunter Biden's partner. That's Joe Biden. But the FBI doesn't want to know about that. Ben in Indiana, you're on the Brian Kilmeade Show. Hi.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Mary.
Sure.
I'm calling to address that comrade that called you 2 calls. He's blaming Trump for the FBI. Blaming Trump for he's blaming Trump for the FBI spying on his campaign. That was comical. I wish you would have had him on longer, so then we could then hear him blame Trump for gas prices, for the inflation, for the economy. What was this guy talking about?
I think what happens when the truth comes out, like people have been lied to for so long, I think 2 things happen. Either they just don't believe it because they've been lied to for so long, and that's all they hear when you live in a bubble like that, or he is just trying to have some fun, or he's an ideologue and just truly believes that the president owns the FBI and the president owns the government, and so the government has to do whatever the president wants. That's not how it works, nor should it work for anybody, whether I like the president or not. Shouldn't work that way at all. Ben, thank you for joining me. Don't mean to be rude, going through these quickly, but I want to get to as many calls as I can. Have a great day, Ben. Travis in Baton Rouge, your turn. You're on the Brian Kilmeade Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, Mary. How are you?
Good. Go ahead.
Good. I just want to pose a question. Is why is the FBI solely the sole investigation trafficking that's on the laptop, or drug usage and firearms? Why is HSI not looking into that? HSI has a huge part into the human trafficking investigations in this country. The firearm-related charges federally. As you mentioned earlier, that he lied possibly on a 4473 in a firearm. Well, that falls into the ATF world, not the FBI world.
Because I think the FBI, and so I'm sure someone will correct me, but we don't have a lot of time, but the FBI is like where it goes first. The evidence goes first. And then the FBI decides whether, things should be, the investigations be referred for charges to, other divisions, to other, the DOJ, etc. The FBI, I guess, is kind of like the clearinghouse. They get it first to investigate, to see if there's any there.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, maybe. I could be wrong, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's odd that there are these entities within the Department of Justice that focus on these accusations, and they're not looking into it.
No. Want to look at it because they don't find what they don't want to find. And there's a couple of things they don't want to find. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me, Jeff. Very quickly, let's go to Kathleen in Scranton. You're on the Brian Kilmeade Show. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'd like to say that which gets rewarded gets over and over again. The Democrats have won by getting their way, by getting away with everything, by doing their shenanigans. If you keep rewarding them and allowing them to get away with this, just like Elon Musk's report about the Twitter and how censorship happens and how the media is censored and how the laptop didn't come out in time. Well, when Tony Bobulinski was on Tucker Carlson, he pretty much put it out there prior, and it was October prior to the election, but nobody watched it.
Right, Kathleen, you make a great point, and I love the way you said it, that, if what isn't punished and is rewarded will happen again, and that's so true, and that's the problem. Republicans don't punish. We got to run. Thank you so much. I just thought you'd find this story interesting. A man in Florida, Osceola County, the sheriff's office is calling him Brad. He tried to steal some items from Walmart, and he would have gotten away with it, they said, but unfortunately he chose to steal on the day that they were hosting a Shop with a Cop event with over 40 deputies who were at the store buying toys for kids, and Brad decided that was the day that he was going to Walmart, and so he didn't get away with it. I'm Mary Walter, in for...
So when I'm not on air, I'm in the coziest loungewear you can imagine. And I want to introduce you to the newest PJ brand, the ultimate PJ destination, PJ Place. Look and feel amazing on, and they're going to be your new weekend uniform. And PJ Place is something for everyone. For you, your husband, your girlfriend, your kids, for the whole family. And now's the time to get them because PJ Place is 30% off. Go to pjplace.com and get yours now. Plus, stay up to date with them on Instagram and TikTok at PJ Place.
It's finally here. The Macy's Friends and Family Sale with an extra 30% off gifts they'll love. Get an extra 25% off dressed up designer looks for kids from Calvin Klein and more. Plus an extra 25% off Samsonite and Delsey luggage. This is from top designers. Macy's has all the best deals you won't want to miss this week. And don't forget to sign up for a Macy's card or use a coupon.
Offer valid through 12/21 while supplies last.
Come strengthen your pack at the new Great Wolf Lodge in Manteca. With over 50 attractions, we wanted to see how many we can name in the remaining seconds of this ad.
River Canyon Run, Oliver's Tin Paw Bowling, Howler's Peak Ropes Course, Magi Quest, Slaptail Pond Wave Pool, Build-A-Bear Workshop, Storytime, a 4-story water
Only
fort,
40 more to go. And now that a getaway to Great Wolf Lodge in Manteca is just a short ride away, families have time to experience every attraction. Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge. Strengthen the pack.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the...
The very latest headlines, along with in-depth analysis and conversation, depend on Fox News Radio and FoxNewsPodcasts.com.
Almost Election Day again. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Georgia set to settle the last U.S. Senate race tomorrow with a runoff that's drawn a lot of voters already.
When early voting ended Friday, more than 1.8 million people had already voted. Ahead of Tuesday, the Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker and Democratic incumbent Raphael Warnock held events across the state. Monday morning, Warnock said after meeting with Teamsters members that this will come down to turnout.
We need people to show up tomorrow. Some of our voters only vote on Election Day. People have different voting patterns. So we're not about to be lulled into sleep.
Warnock beat Walker by just under a point in November, though neither broke through 50%. This time, though, they face each other alone, without Democrat Stacey Abrams or Republican Brian Kemp on the ballot in the governor's race. drag or lift tickets either way.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. A Colorado web designer has her day before the U.S. Supreme Court. Lori Smith doesn't want to design wedding sites for same-sex couples. Attorney Christian Wagoner arguing that a state civil rights law violates Smith's religious freedom.
If the government may not force motorists to display a motto, say a pledge, or parades to include banners, Colorado may not force Ms. Smith to create and speak messages on pain of investigation, fine, and re-education.
Justice Sonia Sotomayor raising concern, though, about enabling other businesses to serve only certain customers.
But how about people who don't believe in interracial marriage? Or about people who don't believe that disabled people should get married? Where's the line?
Colorado says its anti-discrimination law requires equal service to all customers without mandating specifics. Now says President Biden agrees with the defense chief all Americans should be vaccinated for COVID. This is the House Republican leader presses for lifting a mandate on the troops as part of a defense bill. America is listening to Fox News.
Peloton, this offer gives you everything you need to get going. This limited time offer ends December 6th. Visit onepeloton.com to learn. December 6, 2022. Excludes Bike, Bike Plus, and Tread Basics. See additional terms at onepeloton.com.
Be part of the sports conversation with Sports Talk Radio on TuneIn. Join the discussion around your favorite local teams with broadcasting in your area.
The game will be 185 to 183, and somebody wins, whatever. Football, it's either full go or it's not. You got like, oh, it's thud. I can practice what they call.
Follow national storylines and debates with ESPN Radio.
Is the hiring problem when it comes to front office jobs in the leagues and a minority hiring issue? Stephen A. chimed in on that today on First Take.
It also resonates with me, Max. You can appreciate this position. One of the candidates was Brian Colangelo. We know what happened. I like Brian, but we don't.
And hear what's happening worldwide with international channels like Talk Sport.
Teams as I'm sort of doing my life at the moment. I was on cricket tours when I was 20.
Some COVID relief funds aimed at helping hospitals may have ended up in places that didn't need it.
The U.S. government reportedly gave billions in COVID relief aid to wealthy hospitals while others struggled during the pandemic. According to a Wall Street Journal report, the U.S. chose to distribute funds by using average revenue and didn't rely on COVID caseloads. The Biden administration says about 90% was handed out under the Trump administration. It's not the first time COVID relief funds have been misallocated. A September report shows American Rescue Plan funds pushed by the Biden administration to help states fight COVID onto construction and other projects. At the White House, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Thousands remain without power or heat in North Carolina after someone attacked two substations by shooting at them. Utility officials say it could take several days to restore all power. Federal, state, and local officials investigating what's being described as a serious attack on critical infrastructure. One of the most important figures in tennis history has died. Nick Ballesteri was 91.
Himself the Michelangelo of tennis, never played professionally, but coached a multitude of champions. No fewer than 10 players who became ranked #1 in the world. A paratrooper in the U.S. Army, Ballesteri dropped out of law school at Miami to teach tennis for $1.50 an hour. He would revolutionize how young athletes could train to become professionals when he opened the Ballesteri Tennis Academy in 1978 in Bradenton, Florida, where he worked with the likes of Chris Evert to Venus and Serena Williams to Andre Agassi. Ballesteri's Tennis Academy was sold to IMG in 1987, where now young athletes train in more than half a dozen other sports as well. Jared Max, Fox News.
Stocks are sliding to start the week. The Dow is now down 409 points. The S&P and the NASDAQ down more than 1%. Oil prices slipping back under $80 a barrel. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
You're listening to TuneIn, but why not take your listening to the next level with TuneIn Premium, featuring exclusive commercial-free news from CNN, Fox News Radio, and
by nature, people are gonna get indoors.
non-stop music channels like Today's Hits, classic rock hits, and country roads. New country, it's 'cause I am. And less ads on 100,000 more stations from around the world. You wish I was with a free trial.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just
Only you can prevent wildfires.
like or distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground.
Peloton's best offer of the season is here. Get up to $600 off Peloton Bike, Bike Plus, or Tread packages. Choose the package that's right for you with accessories like our cycling shoes, a heart rate. If you've been looking for a sign to join Peloton, this offer gives you everything you need to get going. This limited time offer ends December 6th.
Live from everywhere USA, it's Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, you bet it is. And we are coming to you live from the greatest country in the world, broadcasting from the tippy top of the world-famous Fox News headquarters in New York City. It is Across America with Jimmy Fallon, a man who did not release the Hunter Biden laptop details on Friday. Elon Musk did. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Well, if there's any justice, he will be. We're going to dive all the way in today, and it is going to be a radio food fight. Sean Davis is here, co-founder of the Federalist, Arizona Representative Andy Biggs in the House from the Fighting Fifth, and he is ready for a fight with Kevin McCarthy for who's going to be the leader in the House of Representatives.
I'll break you in half like a little toothpick.
That was the last text he sent McCarthy. You and me, of course, on speaking terms. We're great friends. You are not my fan. You are my friend. I'm a regular dude. Inviting you back to our family meeting we call Fox Across America, where anybody can be a part of the family, a Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, in between. All we ask is that you don't be a... Happy Monday, everybody. Wow, what a weekend it was here in America. Just a couple of quick programming updates. I am hosting Kennedy Tonight on the Fox Business Network. That was, of course, the show that gave me my start here on the Fox platform. I will be filling in for the K-Train. She's getting a well-deserved night off. But I will espouse a lot of her libertarian viewpoints in terms of getting Washington out of our lives. You know, Kennedy frequently likes to say,
thanks, big government weenuses.
Well, a lot of those big government weenuses seem to have played a role in shaping the outcome of the 2020 election.
The government's going to jump all over your head, Jimbo.
You know what? They might, but I'm going to keep speaking truth to power, kids.
You got some big tests to pull this off, bro.
Now, there's a lot. I was on the 5 Friday. I was on the 5 filling in for Greg Gutfeld. I will be on his show tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Myself and our lovable comedy dwarf getting the band back together on the highest rated late night show in the country. Well, Friday I was filling in for Greg, hanging out with Kennedy was on that panel. Jesse Waters, my man, was on the panel. Handsome Harold Ford. And, of course, Judge Janine was there, and she was thrilled with my performance.
That is a lie.
But the point is, while we were on the 5, Elon was teasing the release of these Twitter documents, what the internal discussions looked like, who blocked the Hunter Biden laptop story. The answer is a lot of people. But everyone is missing, the forest through the trees, okay? I knew Twitter was biased. I'm not shocked Twitter's biased, okay? 99.4% of their campaign contributions go to Democratic politicians. The other almost 1% go to, environmental stuff, and they want you to believe, oh, that's nonpartisan.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Twitter was 100% liberal, okay? Their employees are wearing T-shirts that say, stay woke, okay? We knew that. Everybody who's trying to spin this as some other, well, had nothing to do with the government, you don't have any proof it was the FBI. Here's what we know. Okay, without even diving into specifics, which we're going to do all day today, but let me just give you the top-line thoughts. As Harris Faulkner would say, I'll be on her show Thursday. This is like a giant Jimmy Fallon infomercial is what it is. But the truth is, again, I'm a hot TV guest. People love me.
That is offensive, and it is not true.
Fine, but stick with me. Okay, the top-line thought here. Okay, yes, we know Twitter censored this document. Okay, without verifying whether or not it was true. Okay, they just said you can't talk about it because this is potentially damaging to a Democrat candidate. Okay, it's election interference by any definition. If you care about the protecting democracy, as they always say, oh, we're protecting democracy. What are you doing here in the Democrat Party?
Democrats are so full of crap.
They really are, because if you're protecting democracy, you're losing your mind over the fact that they interfered. It was a game-changing pass interference call. But the referees swallowed their whistle because they had money on one of the teams. That's what we know. Okay, Twitter didn't have
any proof whatsoever that this was Russian disinformation. And if you look at the dissemination of these documents and these conversations, they openly acknowledge that. You know what else they acknowledged? That they were having weekly meetings with the FBI over potential disinformation. Wow! Now, this is significant. Why? Because something else in these documents that you need to know about is that Republicans had this access. The Trump campaign